So this is what I'm going to teach you is a copywriting formula. It's just one of 5 different formulas. One of how many? 5 different formulas that we teach. This particular one is more geared towards video scripts. It's more geared towards something that's short and sharp for like 3 minutes, because we quickly go through what we call the author formula. So if you write the word author down the left side of your page, just like I've done, A.U.T.H.O.R. If we write the word author, and I'm going to explain how this works, then what we're going to do is actually have someone live on stage, and we'll go through an example of theirs for their business. Then I'm actually going to record a video from scratch using this formula about their business, the kind of video that you would see on a website page, like your home page or a sales page. All right, so the first thing you need is attention. What's it called? Attention. You need to get their attention. In Facebook talk, for ads and newsfeed, they call this thumb stopping. You need to stop people's thumbs as they're scrolling. You need to have something that will grab people's attention. That could be a question, it could be a fact, it could be an image that's unique, it could be a celebrity. There are so many ways you could grab attention, but just know your outcome is to get people's attention within the first 3 seconds. How many seconds? 3. First 3 seconds. If you're unsure about any of these ways, ask them a question to do with their problem. As an example, I had for this event, is marketing confusing you? Yeah? Ask them a question to do with their problem. Are your kids not listening to you? Is your relationship in a breakdown? Do you feel lethargic at work all day? Whatever it is. If you're unsure, just go with that one as the fallback. Next one is you need to understand. What's it called? You need to understand where they're coming from. Once again, more reason to have an avatar, because now you understand where they're coming from. People don't actually care about how much you know until they know how much you care. And part of caring comes down to understanding. Do you actually get me? Do you know where I'm coming from? Do you know what I'm trying to achieve? Do you know my problems? Do you know my hopes, my dreams, my fears? Ladies in the audience, please raise your hands. Ladies in the audience, please raise your hands. This is a stereotypical, I'm going to say directly, this is going to be a stereotypical statement, but on average, ladies are better than men at doing this exercise. You can put your hands down, by the way. Thank you very much. Typically, ladies are better than men because they're better at understanding. They're better at empathizing. They're better with their emotions, the things needed to write a good piece of copy. Doesn't matter if you're a guy, you don't have to feel sad right now. We can still do it, obviously, too. We're all human beings, but I'm just saying women have a slight advantage in this part. Next part, we need to build tension. The T stands for tension. What's it stand for? Tension. That means they need to feel a little bit uncomfortable with where they currently are, either because they're trying to move away from pain or they're trying to move towards pleasure. Yeah? Like if I'm trying to move towards pleasure, but I'm not there right now, it's tension. It's like I've got a fear of missing out or something like that. I want it now. Pain and pleasure, they're the only 2 motivators for humans. When you boil down any emotion, any reason to do anything, it's either the need to avoid pain or the need to gain pleasure. It's NLP 101. Raise your hands if you think pleasure is a greater motivator than pain. Raise your hand if pain is a greater motivator. Now, I didn't make up the rules. I didn't design humans or whatever your belief is. But I do know, with all the marketing I've done, with all the human psychology I've studied, pain is just a greater motivator. And I'll prove it to you. Who's ever seen an ad for feeding the hungry kids in Africa where the ad goes like this? We're all happy right now. We're so well educated. We've got clothes on our backs. Thanks to all the people who donated years ago. Do you want to make more people happy like me? Give us some money. Who's ever seen like an ad like that? And that's kind of a funny thing, but it doesn't exist because it doesn't work. It doesn't work as well as having a baby have 50 flies on their face and their mother has to walk 100 kilometers every day to get half clean water. That has an element of pain there, an element of tension, and that's the thing that works. I know you would love to have just people feel good forever, but you're not doing them a service by not building any amount of tension. If you're a dentist and all you talk about is how great it is to have clean teeth, but you never talk about tooth decay, how painful a root canal is, financially as well as emotionally, If you never talk about that, you're doing your customers a disservice. Yeah? So the next, understand tension. This is where we help them. This is where we bring in our solution. This is where you talk about your product, your service, your message, your system. We're on step 4 right now. We haven't talked about our product or service until step 4. This is where a lot of marketers go wrong. They would just come in guns blazing. Product, product, product. It's so awesome. You've got to hear about it. But a solution in the help them section, a solution is only as important as the problem that precedes it. People don't care about solutions. People don't care about the solution until they see that they have the problem. That's why we build the problem up here. So we've got help them. After help them, we want to do a thing known as offer evidence. What's it called? Offer evidence. You want to show proof that this thing is true. I'll let you know, as human beings, you can say something, but if you show them something, it's so much more powerful. Even if you say the exact same thing as you're showing. I could say to you, I own a Lamborghini. I don't, by the way. But I could say I own a Lamborghini, but if I show you a picture of me in the Lamborghini, that's so much more compelling. It's so much more real. You could say, I've got this big house, but you could show the big house, or whatever it is. You could say, before I was 20 kilos overweight and now I'm not. But until you show the picture, it's a totally different thing. So offer evidence, a small tip, try and show instead of just say. Turn the abstract into something physical. A graph, a photo of the person who's saying the thing, a video, anything. The last but not least is this response. What's it called? Response. Sometimes known as a call to action. But whatever you would like them to respond with, you need to outline in the actual video. Like if you want them to put in their name and email address into the form below, you need to say that. Otherwise, you'll get to the end of the video and say, what do I offer evidence? And I've got statistics that prove that this is true. Okay, see you later. If you don't say, if you would like to know more, put your name and email address in this box below me now. Or if you would like to purchase, get out your card and then start filling in the details. If you would like to book into that session, click this link and then pick the available 1 hour that you've got next week. You need to be very clear on the response that you would like people to have.